welcome back. Heart Solution Evolution. Nice to see you folks. Last video that I did, we talked about the book that I recently published in April of last year. And that we'd be going through the book and starting with chapter 1, which is called Our Power Within and Intention. So if you want to follow along, you can order the book at jasontbeck.ca. And don't forget to sign up for the Wisdom Community, where you'll receive weekly insights that will be sent to you usually Monday morning, depending on your time zone, to start off your week with some fresh insight and information. Or you can click the link below, jasontbeck.ca. Don't forget to click subscribe and notifications so you get notified when the next videos come out. All right, let's dive into chapter 1, Our Power Within and Intention. Now, our power within we talked about in the last video with our connection, our heart's connection and our mind's connection to God, the unified field, whatever label you want to choose. Infinite intelligence, divine intelligence, divinity, our Father. You know, there's so many different names that we could use for this Mother Nature, this field of intention. So the power of intention is the power that you have within here, based on your thoughts and desires. So the problem we face today is power of intention is used for a lot of self-wealth. You see a lot of greed in our society today, and that's because people haven't discovered that we're all interconnected energetically. Quantum physics, they say, quantum entanglement, where everything is appears to be separate, but everything is energetically interconnected. Even right down to our atoms. Atoms are 99% empty space. So that means even this book is 99% empty space. That empty space is energy, it is information and intelligence. So we transfer information through our atoms, through our cells, through this field we call God or whatever label. So we see a lot of greed in our society today because there's a lot of people that understand, they call it the law of attraction and power of intention, of course. So when you're using the power of intention for selfish gain, we end up in a society like we do today with 1% of the population with all the money in the world. And they say that, oh, it's the trickle down, you know, it creates jobs and everything. But no, if you look at our inflation rate, it's through the roof because of it. So we want to use the power of intention in service to others. And usually, or always, when you use it in service to others, that's where you find significance and affluence. You don't necessarily have to chase money. Money will chase you if you're doing things in service. Many empires have been built on the power of intention, but you've seen a lot of them crumble. You've seen businesses crumble because it's for selfish gain. A lot of greed. In the Bible, Mark 11, verse 24, I believe, it says, "Therefore I say to you, all things you pray and ask, believe you have received them, and they shall be granted you." So in quantum physics, that means when you have a frequency or a thought of a desire, and when you pray and ask, the thought of desire becomes a desire of the heart. The frequency goes out, and the desire from the heart is the electromagnetic that summons the experience, or whether it's money or desire to you. So you have to actually believe that you have received them already. So you want to be in the feeling of having that car, that relationship, whatever it is that you desire. You want to feel like you have it now, because the universe, God, unified field, you attract what you are. And if you are already in this feeling of having it now, it has to come into fruition. It has to become your experience. The subconscious mind does not know whether it's an experience that's actually happened or a desire that you believe is happening. And when you believe something wholeheartedly, it will manifest into your life. So this quote comes from my book, If the World Only Knew It's Time to Wake Up and Heal. It's by Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things that you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. So throw off the bowlines. That means punch fear in the face and what it is you desire, whether it's a career. And when it comes to a career and the things that you desire in life, you really have to think, when you think about having it, do you have an expansion in your heart or a contraction? That's the key to telling you whether you should have it or it's just coming from the ego. And we'll talk more about the ego in the next video, actually, passages and parallels. Anyways, so throw off the bowlines. That is actually punching fear in the face and taking the first step towards that desire, whether it's a career or a relationship, asking somebody out. That's right. This is the power of intention. Remember, your intention. You want to intend something, and the power is here. But when it's something that you want, you have to really tap into, is it an expansion or a contraction? If it's a contraction, chances are it's not something that is going to be fulfilling for you. So sail away from the safe harbor. That is taking inspired action. That means taking the first step, making that phone call, signing up for that course, start writing that book, whether it's a few sentences. That's how I wrote this book. It took me 10 years because I didn't have a date or anything that I wanted. I knew I wanted to write a book and about the things that I talk about. So I started making notes 10 years ago. And throughout the years, I started writing the chapters, and then finally came COVID hit. What a perfect time to write the book. So the publisher had called me and says, now's the time to get going on it. So I said, okay, we proceeded, and it was about a year-long process where we got the book done. And because I took the first step many years ago, started making notes, and then it just sort of formed itself. That's what the power of intention does. When you take inspired action, the universe, God, works with you and starts to open these doors for you. So sail away from the safe harbor. That is taking inspired action. Catch the trade winds in your sails. That is God's guidance. That is God's grace. That is the universe, the unified field, opening these doors, serendipities, coincidences. Coincidences really aren't coincidences. So these things that come, let's say somebody calls you, like when my publisher called me, time to get going on the book. That's part of the trade winds in your sails. You'll get these nudges and doors will open for you. And things will start to manifest in the unseen realm of infinite intelligence to bring your dreams or your goals or whatever it is you want to fruition. So the trade winds, yeah, that's God's grace and guidance. When you start on a desire and you start taking inspired action, things start to happen. These coincidences, it's like I said, it's not really a coincidence, it's a co-incident. That means it's a co-creation with the unified field, God, whatever label you want to use. You are co-creators, just like you're co-creators with 7 or more other billion people. They have desires too, and sometimes you show up in their lives as part of their dream, or somebody shows up in your life for part of your dream to make it come true. Our society has conditioned us to believe that we were just these physical bodies, that we have to go to school, which school is important. But you get out of junior high school and you go to university and you just get a career, and 70% of people in North America do not like their jobs. It's because they fall under this notion that this is who we are, that we just go to school, get a job, and we're supposed to be happy, pay our taxes, save for retirement, and that's it, then we die. But this is where free will comes in. You have the freedom to design your life, to create your life, and it's all the power in here. Coherence, listening to this, of what you want, whether it's a career, what type of relationship, and you create it. You draw the experience and the life to you. So free will, that's what power of intention is. You intend what you want in your life. One of the greatest influences in my life was Dr. Wayne Dyer. He has the book, The Power of Intention. And he's one of my mentors because he's one of the first ones I started with back in It'd be the early 2000s when I really started studying the nature of reality, the truth about who we really are, that we are all interconnected with each other, interconnected with God, and we are God come alive in human form, really is what it comes down to. And this book by Wayne is really what inspired me to write a book. This is really in depth about creating the life you want. So back to my book, The Power of Intention, and Power Within an Intention. The book, the chapter itself has a lot more in detail and examples in my life and other people who have used the power of intention and different quotes. I use a lot of quotes because I love quotes. They hold a lot of wisdom. And yeah, it's just so relatable, and it's been taught to us for thousands of years as well. There's some Bible verses in here. There's quotes from philosophers and all kinds of spiritual teachers of yesterday and today. So if you want to get the book, jasonbeck.ca, or click the link below. And also, for if you want to check out Wayne Dyer's book, The Power of Intentions, one of my favorite books. He's written over 40 books. I believe it's like 42. He passed away, I believe it was 2015, and my wife and I went to Seattle to the I Can Do It conference that Hay House Publishing used to put on. And Hay House is actually the parent publisher of Balboa Press of my book too. So yeah, we went to Seattle, and Wayne, if he didn't pass away, he would have been at that conference. And unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him, but I've got a ton of his books and audio books. And actually, when I do work as a carpenter and that, I put my earbuds in and listen to a lot of audio books, such as Power of Intention and Excuses Be Gone, and a lot of other books from a lot of teachers and influencers and the like. A lot of people think that the economy, all the upheaval happening around the world today, it's just, how do I create anything? Like everything's just so bad that it's not going to happen. I'm just in fear, right? COVID. You know what? With free will and the power you have within, you can rise above all that. There's nothing standing in the way but yourself. You have to get out of your own way and start taking the inspired action to whatever it is you desire. It's not your family, your culture, the society. It's not your religion. It's not the color of your socks. It doesn't matter. It's you have it all in here. It's up to you. And there isn't anything you can't become or have, or your dream relationship, your soulmate. You can have any of it. You just have to believe it. You have to believe it, and you can have it. Thank you for stopping in and watching this video. The next video is going to be Passages and Parallels, where we talk about the good old ego. Ego is the acronym for edge God out, meaning you sort of live a life separate, non-spiritual, a physical body, not connect to anything, that God is some separate entity that you have nothing to do with. But you are a piece of God in human form. If you're interested in getting the book and following along these videos, go to jasonbeck.ca. There's links there, you can purchase the book, or click the link below. Also click subscribe, notifications, to be notified when the next video comes out. And the next video will be on, like I said, Passages and Parallels, where we'll talk about ego and some history of where this all, how this all started, actually. And yeah, love you guys. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.